What's going on, man? It's your boy Tyler Gates, aka TAG Loud 205. Now I'm back with another video, the MLB Mock Draft 2024. Hit the like button on this video. Let's get it up to, I don't know, whatever y'all want to get it up to, man. Let's get straight into it. I've been excited to do this. With the first overall pick, the Cleveland Guardians are selecting Travis Bazana. And I'm just going to say this about Travis. I don't know too much about him. What I've been reading on him and what I've seen from his highlights is that he's a very, very good field player. He doesn't really know how to hit. They say here that he tends to be very guarded, that Cleveland is very guarded by their intentions, but the team expects to choose between him or Condon. I would choose Condon here just because Condon is the first baseman. Josh Naylor is expandable at this point in his career. He's been good for you guys, such as J-Ram. I feel like J-Ram should be traded also. You're going into a little mini rebuild. So I feel like Condon is the best player in the draft, but if you take Travis, it wouldn't be a big issue to me. Cincinnati going Charlie Condon, they should not do this. They already have their first baseman in Encarnacion Strand and Steer. They got the double first baseman thing like Cleveland does. Even so, you pair him with Ellie De La Cruz, it can go places, right? You already have Matt McClain, and you already have Noelvi Marte and some other prospects coming up as well. So to replace Joey Votto, it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad. Rockies go Hagen Smith. Hagen Smith, to me, I feel like he's not that big of a pitcher as I thought he would be. I feel like he isn't that good of a pitcher that I thought he would be, point blank, period. When you look at his statistical things, you're like, wow, he jumps off the charts. But at the same time, Smith doesn't really have the arm of a Verlander. He doesn't have the arm of a Walker Buehler or other pitchers or other consistent pitchers such as like a Shantanago Fujinami or like a Hanjini Ryu. You know, when you think about the consistent pitchers. He needs to be consistent if he thinks about going top 5. Oakland Athletic, Nick Kurse. I like this pick just because you need anybody. You need anybody if you're Oakland. You got unlucky here when you lost the number 1 pick to Cleveland. So you got very unlucky. This is how you start, right? You already have Mason Miller. You already have your top prospect from last year who you drafted. So every year you just keep building on the Lawrence Butler, the Mason Miller, that core. You keep that core together. Number 5, White Sox. I love this pick, but I hate it at the same time, right? You talk about a switch pitcher. Everybody is looking for the next Ohtani. Every team, even the Braves. So for him to be first base and a pitcher, never really seen it before, but hey, why not? Just like the Athletics, the White Sox need to be trying any and everything that they can, right, to build around Colson Montgomery whenever he comes up this season. Kansas City Royals, we have Chase Burns here. I love this pick. Chase Burns has been one of my riders in the draft. Could even go number 1 in my book to Cleveland. Want to talk about pitchers? Shane Bieber might be out the door. Gavin Williams looks like he's your new ace of the future. Why not pair him with Chase Burns? You just look at all of the trajectory, not only statistical, but you also look at the personality, right? That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the personality here, and I feel like he will be a good fit on the Royals, even a good fit on the Guardians, but more so Royals because Brady Singer is expandable. You still got Frank Mazzucato down there. He might be up this year, so just think about things like that. St. Louis Cardinals. J.J. Witherholt, he could be conversation for number 1 pick as well. He was my number 2 guy going into this draft. So seeing the St. Louis Cardinals get another infielder with Nolan Gorman and Mason Wynn, it helps, right? Because Jordan Walker is now playing the outfield, so you could convert him to third base, maybe even first. Just try him out. Los Angeles Angels, another team that just needs to do any and everything and stop drafting pitchers. Like I see a pitcher on the screen right now. Why are we drafting pitchers? We don't need to draft any pitchers. Infielders is what they need to go for to build around Mike Trout, Zach Neto, that area. Pittsburgh Pirates here. Brandon Montgomery, I love this pick. I've liked him out of Texas A&M. Not as much as Connor Griffin, though. You talk about Connor Griffin, a kid that absolutely knows what he's doing on the field. And the field of play for him gets absolutely. Brandon Montgomery to me is what you call a high riser, but he has a low floor but a high ceiling. He can definitely be, to me, more of a Walmart version of Aaron Judge when it comes to hitting the ball. And in terms of the field, he can be a young Jason Hayward when it comes to the field, even a young Ozzie when it comes to being the field, Ozzie Smith. Um, Even Bo Jackson with the arm, I've seen a lot of that in high school when I was looking at his highlights and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things that he can do. Watch the Nationals. Connor Griffin here. I love this pick for the Nationals because they need more outfielders. They need outfielders just to have in the farm system, even though they already have their group of Elijah Wood, James Wood, Elijah Green, and Robert Hassel. I feel like that's going to be, along with the star of the core, of course, in Dylan Cruz, that's going to be their outfield. So who's expandable, right? Who's expandable? Elijah Green, could he play first base possibly? That's something they need to check out. This is my top 10 for the MLB mock draft. I feel as if, and I'm going to cut it off right here, I feel like Charlie Condon is still the number one player in this class. You talk about somebody that just has the all-around first baseman outfield tools. When you go to MLB Network, you even see Charlie Condon all over the boards. If I'm the Cleveland Guardians, I do this right. It reminds me of Victor Wembanyama. Generational talent. He's given generational. So do this right. Do this right and just draft Charlie Condon. It doesn't matter about fit. Best player available is what every team should do, especially the Cleveland Guardians, right? You talk about a team that lost Francisco Lindor, a team that re-signed J-Ram to a hefty contract that I wouldn't have gave him. I would have traded him and got assets for him, right? But now that you have his contract, you could probably get even more assets. So that was a smart move by them. But at the same time, it's time to let him go. It's time to let him go. Even with the Rockies, Chris Bryant, you signed him to 7 years. I think he's entering his fourth year now. So you can look to trade that contract as well with 3 years left on it. Ryan McMahon, longtime Rocky, expandable, get him out of there. Charlie Blackmon, I think he's going to stay one more year and just retire as a Rocky. Just think about things like this. You could even see one of these prospects traded, right? When they get drafted, you can see one of them traded. You can see one of them come up during the season, like how Zach Neto and Nolan Schundel did for the Angels. I feel like Charlie Condon is that player that we'll see a high riser from. He'll be up before the 2025 season. That's my prediction. If not 2026, but he'll be up soon. He will definitely be up soon. So, guys, per The Athletic, this is my MLB mock draft 2024. What do you guys think? Leave your comments below, and peace out.